If you haven't been living under a rock for the past 5 years, you've probably heard of
the rise of AI.
Not only is it the biggest thing over the past decade, it might just be the biggest thing ever. And whether you're a high school senior cheating on an English paper or a college frat kid cheating on your girlfriend, you've probably used AI to help you out in these sticky situations. And today, I'm going to use AI to help me build an investment portfolio. The rules are quite simple. Ask ChatGPT to help build me an investment portfolio. Then, take $1,000 and invest in the exact strategy ChatGPT lays out for me. And after that, sit back, relax, and let AI take me to the land of riches, baby. So without further ado, let's get on into this. All right, so we're over here on ChatGPT and we're gonna ask it to build us a portfolio of $1,000 and let's see what it spits out. Well, here it is, the stock portfolio AI has given me to invest in for the next 30 days. Stock 1, VOO, allocation 30%, rationale, core holding tracking the S&P 500, low cost, long-term growth. Stock 2, IWM, allocation 15%, rationale, small mid-cap exposure with higher upside potential. Stock 3, NVIDIA, allocation 15%, rationale, dominant in AI, data centers, and gaming, strong future growth. Stock 4, Apple, allocation 10%, rationale, stable blue chip with dividends, strong brand loyalty. Stock 5, VXUS, allocation 10%, rationale, diversifies internationally to avoid over-reliance on US markets. Stock 6, XLE, allocation 10%, rationale, energy exposure for inflation hedging and global demand growth. Stock 7, Tesla, allocation 10%, rationale, high risk/reward growth stock in EV, AI, and robotics. So one thing I noticed while I was going through and buying everything is that I was actually already holding 19 shares of VOO, and in order to make it a little bit simpler and easier to track how my shares are doing over the next 30 days, I'm going to just buy SPY, which is just a different S&P 500 index fund, which will give us basically the same exact return, but it'll be a little bit easier to track. And for my first impressions on ChatGPT's recommendations, I don't actually mind it. I think it's exactly what you'd be getting if you went to a financial advisor. You have your S&P 500, you have your a little bit riskier small cap with your Russell 2000, you have your overseas and energy. Those are always good to have in there. And then you've got a couple of individual stock picks with NVIDIA, Apple, and I think that's it. Oh, and Tesla. So I think it's solid. I have no complaints about it. I wouldn't personally have this many different positions. I don't think it's entirely necessary, maybe like 2 or 3 ETFs, and I would call it a day just because I like to keep it simple, stupid, KISS. That's my motto that I go by. But yeah, I'm going to keep my fingers crossed and I'll check back with you guys in 10 days and we'll see how the portfolio is doing then. Alrighty guys, we're back. It's day 10 of AI picks my investment strategy for 30 days and it's not looking too pretty. Like the color of my shirt, we got a lot of red out there. I made a spreadsheet to show all of the positions, what we got in for, what our current position's at, and our percentage change. And as we can see from this thing, we are red across the board, which is never a good thing. As you can see, Tesla's down the biggest at almost 20% in just 10 days, followed up by NVIDIA down almost 13%. And then a lot of the other ones, IWN, that's our Russell 2000 index, down only 5.6%. And then Apple, VXUS, and XL Energy down just a little bit. And then the market as a whole, this is our S&P 500 index fund, is down 3.8%. And with our AI portfolio down 6.66%, it might just be a sign from God telling us not to use AI to pick our investments. I think a big reason why the stock market is down over the past week and week and a half is because Trump is now threatening and actually imposing tariffs on Canada, Mexico, China, and threats of the European Union being tariffed. And then we still have inflation going on. The economy is, although it's strong on paper, it just doesn't feel strong. I know people are complaining about the price of eggs again, so you know it's never good. And then I want to bring it back to Tesla, because I think people don't like Elon anymore because his whole work with Doge and whatnot. And I took a hit for that. I don't think AI could have predicted that. Maybe it could have. I don't know. But yeah, here's our AI generated portfolio over the first 10 days. It's not going great, but you know what they say, if you start at the bottom, the only way you can go is up. I'll check back in with you guys in another 10 days. Today is day 20 of AI Picks My Stock Portfolio for 30 days. So we're 2/3 of the way through this challenge, and it couldn't be going any worse like if meatballs started falling from the sky. So as you can see by the new chart I made on screen, we are now down tremendously in about half of our plays, and then now not as badly in the other half. So let's break it down. Tesla, start with a bang, down almost 40%. 40%, what the f? Moving on. IWM, that's our Russell 2000 index, that's down over 11%. Nvidia down 25.3%, that one stings a little bit. Apple down 7.5%. VXUS, which is our best performing asset so far, that's our international stock portfolio. That's only down 0.8%, so good job international stocks. XLE, that's our energy one, that's only down 2%. And the overall market, our S&P 500 index, is down 8.3%, giving us an average loss over the last 20 days for AI picking our stocks of 13.3%. And if we compare that to our 10 days, we were only down 6.66%. So I guess it was foreshadowing, because this was the 10 days from hell and we've doubled our losses. But I guess that's what you get when you let AI pick your stocks. So I have a couple of reasons of why I think the stocks are down so much and why I think certain stocks are down more than others. And I think it comes down to fear, uncertainty, and doubt, mostly stemming from United States politics and, Elon Musk, of course, for Tesla. And then the tariffs that are being imposed are really leaving people who invest scared of what's to come, because they don't know what the economy is going to be doing over the next couple of months to a couple of years. And you can see fear, uncertainty, and doubt really weighing into tech stocks first, and tech stocks heavy, because that's usually what happens. That's usually what gets the hardest when we have an economic downturn. And so you can see Tesla down 37%, which I think also part of it is because he's doing that whole Doge thing and people hate him for it. And so I think Tesla's getting extra hard, maybe in protest, maybe because people aren't buying Teslas because they don't like them. I don't know. And it's a tech stock. So I think it's getting a double whammy, and that's why it's down damn near 40%. You can also see that with Nvidia. Plus, Nvidia just had a massive year in 2024, so it's obviously got some money to give back. Like it's not worth the couple $1 trillion that's currently market capped at. So you can see that one getting hit pretty hard. But overall, the market's still down 8.3%. So you can't rule that out either. I think there's just a lot of fear in the United States economy right now because of Trump and his tariff policy. And I guess only time will tell whether or not that's going to turn around and rally the US stock market, or if we're just going to keep getting hammered for the next couple of months. We don't know. But as the great Uncle Ben once said, with great losses comes great buying opportunity. So always look at the bright side and take this opportunity to buy some of these stocks at discounted prices and hold on for dear life. I'll catch you guys at day 30. Okay, we're back. Day 30 of AI Picks My Portfolio, and we're looking a little bit better than we were on day 20, so let's dive into the numbers. Taking a look here, we got Tesla now at $70, which is only a 30% decrease as compared to $37.38, which it was just 10 days prior. We got IWM, which is our Russell 2000 index. That's sitting at just down 10% now, which is a 2% increase from day 20. Nvidia is now only down 17%, which is our biggest winner from 10 days ago. Now down only 17, where it was down 25.3 on day 20. Apple down 10%. That actually is the worst performing stock over the past 10 days. The only one actually that went down over that time frame. Going on to VXUS, this is our international stock. This is actually, for the first time ever in this challenge, we are up money on a stock, and that's VXUS, up 0.3%. But it doesn't end there, because XLE, our energy stock, is actually up 2.44%. Woohoo! So we got green in the portfolio, and that's a big win for us since it's been nothing but red for the past month, and that's a good sign to see moving forward. And to look at the overall market, our S&P 500 SPY, that's down 7.5%, which is about a 1% increase from day 20. So over the past 30 days, AI picking my stock portfolio netted me a loss of 10.28%, and the S&P 500 index, which is the benchmark index for, the stock market, that netted a loss of 7.49%. So AI lost me money as compared to the overall stock market, but by, not a terrible margin. Actually, it's like a 50% margin. Maybe that is pretty terrible. So how did AI do on picking my stocks for 30 days? Well, in short, not so good. The AI generated portfolio underperformed the S&P 500 by about 3% over the past 30 days, which honestly, it's not that bad. In the grand scheme of things, it's not terrible. But if you're going to go through the effort of picking your own stocks, or in my case, letting AI pick your own stocks, you really want to be beating the market at the very minimum. But it might not actually be the AI's fault. You see, at the beginning of this challenge, I actually thought that the AI picked a pretty well-balanced, well-structured portfolio, and the stocks in it were well-known blue chip companies, and then it threw in a couple of index funds to balance it out. I think the real issue was that I decided to start this portfolio right when the tariffs were tanking the markets overall. It doesn't excuse the fact that the AI portfolio did worse than the overall market, but it does have some grace from me on that end. But the real question is, can AI actually build you a good investment portfolio? And I think the answer is yes. However, is it necessary to have AI pick stocks for you rather than just investing in index funds? Absolutely not. With all that said, though, investing is a long-term game, and 30 days just isn't long enough to show true strengths or weaknesses of a given strategy. So I think I'm actually going to let this portfolio run out for the next year. So if you guys want to see that video, subscribe, because it'll be coming, about 11 months from now. Well, that's all I got for you guys today. I'm down $100, but I hope it was at least entertaining for you guys to watch. Thanks for coming to hang out, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.